The rosemary still lingered on my fingertips, its sharp fragrance mixing with the scent of olive oil and garlic as I stirred the marinade for the lamb roast I planned to bring to dinner. My hands moved by memory alone, every motion part of a ritual I had performed countless times before family gatherings. Then my phone buzzed on the counter, slicing through the quiet hum of my kitchen. I wiped my hands and glanced at the screen, a text from my daughter-in-law, Isabel. "You're not invited to dinner. I don't want you here." 2 blunt sentences. No greeting. No reason. Just finality. It was 4:17 p.m. on the very day I was supposed to arrive, the dinner I had helped fund, planned, and looked forward to. My chest didn't rise in anger, it sank into something colder. I had paid for that dinner. I had covered the down payment for their Denver area home, helped with hospital bills when Lily was born, paid for their honeymoon, their Wi-Fi, even the groceries they ate. 4 years of giving, and that was how I was dismissed. My hands didn't shake when I typed my reply, just one word, okay. Then I opened my black ledger drawer, the one where I documented every dollar I'd spent for them. Baby stroller, $120. Wedding DJ, $5,000. Home deposit, $2,500. Over 150 entries, proof of love turned into transactions. I didn't shout or plead. I simply deleted the digital backup, erasing the record as if erasing the hold they had on me. Then I stopped. No more payments. No more calls. No more trying to prove my worth through a checkbook. They thought my love was their safety net, never realizing they were cutting it loose themselves. But the wound hadn't begun with that message, it had started months earlier, on a spring evening when I stopped by their house to drop off a care package. Isabel answered mid-call, her voice amplified through her Bluetooth speaker. "Yeah, she's here again," she said, irritation dripping from every word. "I swear she just finds excuses to come over." I froze on the porch, bag of food in hand, the truth spilling out casually, cruelly. When she noticed me, she gave a tight little smile. "Oh, hi, Catherine. That's so kind of you, again." I left without saying a word, but something cracked that day. Leo, my son, once my weekly phone companion, had started fading, the warmth of his calls dimming under her influence. The following months brought fewer replies, fewer thank yous, fewer reasons to keep giving, but I did anyway, because I was afraid to stop. Until that text. That was the moment my silence began. I cancelled the automatic rent deposits, stopped covering the mortgage, changed the passwords on the accounts they shared. No warning, no announcement, just absence. 2 days later the messages started, did the rent go through? Netflix stopped working. The grocery cards declined. I said nothing. Silence echoed louder than any accusation. A week passed and Leo's name filled my call log, 66 missed calls, none with an apology, just panic. They didn't miss me. They missed the money. When he finally texted, "Mom, what's going on? Isabel says this is a misunderstanding," I almost laughed. "You're not invited to dinner. I don't want you here." What was there to misunderstand? I replied with one word, "Why?" He sent back, "Why what?" And that was enough to show how far gone he was. That night, I opened a box from my closet, filled with his childhood drawings, school pictures, a graduation photo of us hugging like the world was small enough for just the two of us. Somewhere between that moment and this, I had lost him, not to tragedy, but to comfort. I had made his life too easy. Days later Isabel wrote, "Catherine, sorry if I sounded harsh. We just need boundaries now that we have our own family." Boundaries. That word burned. My help was kindness when convenient, interference when not. I didn't respond. I printed every financial record and slipped them into a red folder. On top, I wrote a letter in my careful hand, I gave out of love, not obligation. I expected only respect, not repayment. Consider this my final act of care, not in money, but in truth. You are adults. It's time you live like it. I dropped the folder in their mailbox and drove away. My phone rang all night, but I didn't answer. For once, my silence didn't ache, it soothed. In the weeks that followed, I rediscovered pieces of myself I'd misplaced in their chaos. I joined a painting class, visited friends in the mountains, spent evenings cooking with my niece, laughing until my ribs hurt. You look happier, Aunt Catherine, she said one night, and I realized she was right. I wasn't excluded anymore, I was free. But life has a way of circling back. Leo's birthday arrived, and though I wasn't invited, word spread. A family friend named Ben asked if I'd be there. I told him no. Later, at the party, someone else asked the same question in front of the crowd. Isabel froze. Leo fumbled for words. And Ben, bless him, said clearly, she wasn't invited. The laughter stopped. People whispered. A few left early. By the end of the night, their perfect image had cracked. Leo left me a voicemail, his voice raw. Mom, please, people are turning on us. Isabel's crying. Can we talk? I deleted it. A few days later came a letter, handwritten, shaky. Mom, I'm sorry. You didn't deserve any of it. I was scared to stand up for you. I want to try again, not with your help, just with me. Your son, if you'll still have me. His words stirred something old and tender, but I needed time. Then one morning there was a knock. Leo stood there, holding baby Lily, eyes tired and remorseful. She left, he said quietly. Packed up and went to her sister's. Said I needed to choose loyalty. I asked, and did you? He swallowed. I tried. But the more I kept peace with her, the more I lost myself and you. His voice broke. You've always been the one who truly had my back. I wanted to fold him into a hug, but pain held me still. You let me disappear in your life, Leo, I said softly. I know, he whispered. And now that she's gone, I remember you. The truth hung heavy between us. Then Lily reached for me, and I took her in my arms. She settled instantly, warm and real. Maybe this wasn't about punishment anymore. Maybe it was about healing. That night, as moonlight spilled across my floor, I realized forgiveness didn't mean forgetting, it meant choosing peace on my own terms. A few days later, Isabel texted, "Good luck with your little reunion. Let's see how long that lasts." No mention of her daughter. Just venom. I took a screenshot and left it unanswered. Leo came by soon after, holding a small box. I found this when she left, he said. Inside were printed messages between Isabel and her sister, *once the house.